Could too much clutter, too much hoarding affect your sex life? Well, maybe. This is according to the interiors therapist Suzanne Roynon. She has a book called Welcome Home, How Stuff Makes or Breaks Your Relationship. And I'm really pleased to say Suzanne joins us on the afternoon show. Hello.
Hello, Joe. It's so lovely to be back.
Well, do you know, I'm not in a relationship. I only live with a dog, but I have lived in relationships in the past. And one of the things I do not miss is cleaning up after other people's mess. We tend not to notice our own mess, but we notice someone else's, don't we?
You really do. And it can be such an issue. And it's one of the things that so many people come to me about. They'll say, oh, you know, my partner's just got so much clutter and I can't bear it. And I'll always say to them, you need to start with your own stuff first, because when you do that, they'll do theirs.
So let's have a look at, familiarity breeds contempt anyway. And in the situation people are in at the moment is, we started off by saying, gosh, there's going to be a massive baby boom. Everyone's, they're locked in and there's not else. I've got to be careful because there's children listening. There's not a great deal that we can do. The entertainment's limited, so there could well be a baby boom. Then we were told, last week actually, there's the opposite. People are opting for separate beds, separate bedrooms. They've all become far too familiar, getting on each other's nerves. So those are the people, let alone the stuff surrounding the people. So in the end, if it's left up to you to pick up the socks, if it's left up to you to pick up the wet towels, you are going to, in the end, start to be worn down. If it's you saying, this stuff that you've got under the bed or by the side, you don't use it, you're hoarding it. Given a year of lockdown, we're all going to get a bit frayed by it, aren't we?
We really are. And, the thing is that what lockdown has shown us is that all of those things that were stressing us out that we used to blame on work are actually right there in the home. And that's where interiors therapy takes it, several strides beyond just doing a bit of decluttering and a bit of tidying, because you actually learn the impact that your stuff and your home is having on you and how to change it so it's a new lifestyle. And then it doesn't bother you anymore because it's not there. You're actually living in support of yourself, your home, your family, and everything just sort of seems to fit and flow much better for you. It's very interesting, but it's somewhat bigger than just clearing a little bit of clutter from under the bed.
It is, but we've been, for the first time in years, I'm talking about Valentine's Day. I don't usually talk about it, but I'm intrigued as to what people are going to be doing given the restrictions, as far as entertaining. And if it is down to passion, if you've got, everyone's moved their work chairs, their computers, their technology into the bedroom and the desk and everything else, none of this is sexy, is it really?
Oh, you are so right. It's just not conducive to passion in any way, shape or form, is it? No, and this is something that I talk to people a lot about. Take out everything from the bedroom, which doesn't relate to rest and romance. So you don't need your laundry, your exercise equipment, your paperwork, the stack of books on the side of the bed, or the cat litter tray. Yes.
God, no, I would never have a cat litter tray in the bedroom. You are joking.
Oh,
my God! Imagine hearing that scratch, scratch, scratch in a moment of passion.
It just does not do it, does it? But there are people who are doing that. I've worked in homes pre-lockdown where I tripped over the dog's bone as I went into the, there are definitely other ones of those that you might prefer to have in your bedroom. But, oh my goodness, you've got to treat your bedroom as a sanctuary. It's got to be the place that's for you and for your partner. It's not about the kids. It's not about the dog. This is where you go to feel and share love.
You've raised a really interesting, it's not because I'm full of guilt that I'm doing no exercise whatsoever at the moment, apart from walking. I'm not really doing anything. I find exercise equipment really, I hate it. I find it offensive. Even a pair of dumbbells left on the floor. And these bikes that people have got in their room with their washing hanging on, and, it sends out messages like, have you done your exercise? No, you haven't. So don't look in that corner because the flaming bike is there along with everything else. Even my yoga mat I have out of sight because it's speaking to me. Do you know what I mean? And I don't like gyms because I find gyms so I don't know. I just don't like the equipment. I don't like the sound of it. It's too hard. And I certainly wouldn't want it in any of my living areas. But people, again, put those in their bedrooms. And I know not everybody has a gymnasium or a spare room where you can put stuff and turn it into your own gym. But the least you could do is put it away, couldn't you? Just put it out of sight until you need it.
Or disguise it. You know, I have a couple of pairs of dumbbells which I quite deliberately hide from the rest of the family because otherwise they disappear. And so I have a place where they are just tucked out of sight. I can't see them. They're not impacting on my subconscious and screaming at me every day, you know, do your abs. They're just, you know, they're sitting there out of sight. And I think that is so important for everybody. Yes, you're living in a space right now where everything is happening in the home, but find a way of compartmentalizing it. You know, yes, if you're working in your bedroom, fine, you've got to work in your bedroom. But at the end of the day, put everything in a box and take it out of there and let this become the space where love, whether that's love for yourself if you're single or love for your partner if you're matched up, is the priority in that space. It's not about the pile of reading books or flicking through your phone. It's about you and them connecting in whatever way you need to connect.
And I think if you know, I love hotels. I absolutely love a good hotel. And if you think how we all feel when we open that hotel door and you leave your troubles behind, you immediately feel more liberated, more passionate. You know, you just think, I love this, fresh sheets, no reminders of what's going on in my life. It's all a blank page and it's comfortable and it's what we should allow our bedrooms to be like that. At least one room in your life that's a sanctuary that hasn't got the template of your life all over it, don't you think?
I absolutely agree with you. And the other interesting thing about hotel rooms is that in the main, they are very symmetrical and very balanced. They'll have a really great headboard that you can sit up against. They'll have matching lamps, matching bedside cabinets. So everything is balanced about a hotel room.
Yes.
And that's why when you walk in there, you straight away start to relax because there's no assault on your subconscious. You're feeling good. You're feeling connected. And no distractions, no real life. This is you and them. And that's really what matters. But I treat myself sometimes to just go and stay in a hotel to get completely away from everything when I need some clear headspace.
Absolutely. Just finally, and I know this is all in your book, but just explain what you mean by your manifesto for love.
Oh, yeah. So the manifesto for love, it's really the end of the process. So you can't just sort of leap straight into it. But it's the blueprint to define the values, the features, the lifestyle, the cultural specifics, and anything else which is important to you about a relationship with the right person. And this is the person who really fits the bill for you. So that way you stop investing your time in the losers, the ghosts, the people who don't share your expectations for the future. And then you focus your mind, your thinking, and your energy. And energy is so important with all of this, on the right person for you. And so once you've done the whole interiors therapy process, it actually makes you quite magnetic. And it's very interesting what can happen when you're magnetic and you're repelling the people who really aren't right for you. But then you open yourself up to people who you might never have considered but turn out to be the ideal partner for you.
Wow. If you want to find out more, it's a fascinating book. It's called Welcome Home, How Stuff Makes or Breaks Your Relationship. And we've been speaking to the wonderful Suzanne Roynon. It's published by Panoma Press. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Suzanne. I'm still trying to get my head around the fact that people have a cat tray in the bedroom.